Alright guys, the first thing you need to learn before you do anything else is your chords. You might try and get around them, but it's what you need. I'm going to teach you 5 in this lesson, because the other 2 are a bit more difficult, because they're bar chords. Although, for one of those, I'm going to offer an alternative which is easier to play, so I'm really going to be teaching you 6 chords. Yeah, numbers. So, the first chord is A. These are all root chords, by the way. So, to play A, for a start off, you don't play the top string. That top E string, don't play it. It's disgusting. Nobody likes it. You do play, however, the second string down, which is the A string. You play that open, so you don't have any fingers up here on the fret board. The next string down, the D string, you play with your first finger on the 2nd fret, which makes an E, which we'll go into later in the series. And then the next string down, 2nd fret, with your middle finger. There you go. And then the next string down, 2nd fret, with your ring finger. Yeah, and then you play the last string, just open. And that's an A. There you go. Always fun. And then later on in the series, that's also an A. But anyway, the next chord is a C. Notice we skipped B, that's because it's very difficult for beginners, because it's C, even I have trouble. But C is, you don't play the top string again, because nobody likes it. The second from top string you play on the 3rd fret with your ring finger, which is that one there. Yeah. Next string down you play with your middle finger on the 2nd fret. Next string down is open, you just leave it. The next string down, normally be the B string, you play on the 1st fret with your 1st finger. And the bottom string you leave open. So it's can be a bit of a stretch at first, but keep at it and your fingers will stretch and it'll be amazing. Oh, by the way, these might hurt your fingers at the start. I know my dad, he used to play guitar when he was 13 and his fingers actually bled when he did it, but eventually you get calluses on your fingers and it stops them hurting, and it's amazing. Okay, so now we're on to D, next letter in the alphabet, yay. So for this one, you don't play the top 2 strings, nobody likes them for now, so you don't have to mute them, you just don't play them. It's not the end of the world if you do accidentally hit them, but try not to. So D is open 3rd string down, open D string, there you go. You play the string after that on the 2nd fret with your 1st finger, string after that on the 3rd fret with your ring finger, and the string after that on the 2nd fret with your middle finger. So it's kind of like a V shape. And sometimes on a D, if you want to add a bit of extra flair, you can chuck your little finger just kind of the bottom string on the 3rd fret, and it adds that little bit of flair sometimes. Next string is next chord, is an E chord. This is E major. You don't have to worry about missing out any strings, you can hit them all, even the top one. You leave the top one open string, so you play it, but you don't have any fingers on the fretboard on it. Next string down, you play on the 2nd fret with your middle finger. Next string down, you play on the 2nd fret with your ring finger. And the next string down, you play on the 1st fret with your 1st finger. Now, the next one, F. This is a dodgy one. Normally, you play it like that, but it's a bar chord and it's damn difficult for beginners. The way I did it at the start was, I had my ring finger on the 3rd string down, 3rd fret, and then I had my middle finger on the 4th string down on the 2nd fret, and then I got my 1st finger and I just kind of put it over the 1st fret of the last 2 strings. There you go. And you don't play the top 2 strings. So it is still an F technically, but it's just not as far as the button. In time you'll be pro at it, and if you keep watching this series, I bet you will be. Yeah, advertising. And the final chord, definitely my favourite major chord, G major. Now the way I'd recommend starting off playing it is all strings you play, middle finger on the top string 3rd fret, 1st finger on the 2nd from top string 2nd fret, and ring finger on the last string 3rd fret. That is the way I start off playing it, although now I actually have my ring finger down there, but yeah, I'll teach you all that and it'll be fine. So there you go, those are all your major chords except B, which unfortunately doesn't really have an easy version. You just gotta learn it as it is. But yeah, I'll teach you all that. So those are the major chords. Feel free to like this video, subscribe, whatever. But carry on with the series and you'll be a pro in no time.